Why did I commit to my first ever Ironman at 20 years old? My name's Guilherme Elias. I'm 20 years old, and just a couple of days ago, I signed up and registered for my first ever Ironman. Right now, where I'm at, I am not physically or probably even mentally ready to complete a race if I were to do it tomorrow, but I wanted to make this video explaining why I signed up, the reasons behind it, how I plan on accomplishing that goal, especially since it is a full distance Ironman. To kind of give some background, about a year ago, I had no idea what an Ironman even was. And so it wasn't up until probably 6 or 5 months ago that I found out what it was and saw people online running these races or even marathons and doing what people call hybrid athlete training. To me, it was very interesting because I always grew up just doing weightlifting, and the only running I did came with sports like football. And so I really liked the idea of kind of opening up to a different field of, something I never did before, something that would require a lot of learning, patience, because the starting phases are very difficult. Now, when I was looking into it, I saw how expensive it can get, all the gear, the fueling, the different food that you have to eat to make sure that your body is equipped with the nutrients to sustain long distance running, biking, and swimming. And so all of this kind of immediately set me back to it being like a desire more than like something I'm actually going to set out for. It was until a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago max, where I was deciding that it's actually a possibility I could race in one, but I wanted to see what it was like. So I had ChatGPT build me a triathlon type of training where I swam, biked, ran, and lifted 2 times a week, all each. And it was definitely the hardest thing I've probably ever done in terms of training wise, but I just fell in love with it. And so with 2026, all the goals and resolutions people set, I did the same exact thing. I set goals not only for fitness, but my faith. I want Christ-centered at my life, in everything I do, and financials, my jobs, the different things I want to pursue. And then the possibility of Ironman kind of became true. I met this guy named Sean at my gym, and it was actually like one of the first days he was at the gym. I saw him wearing an Ironman shirt, figured I'd go up to him and ask him a little bit about it, told him I was interested, got his contact, and from there just kind of was texting back and forth, asking him questions about it. Since that day, we had talked a little bit, and then after the New Year's, planned to meet up in person to talk goals and where I'm at right now. And he even offered to write me an outline so that I could train myself if I didn't want to follow a coaching plan that he could provide. So over the last couple of weeks, I've been praying and debating this, whether it's even possible. And then when I was looking into the different Ironmans that are open for this year, I saw one that is actually a day before my 21st birthday, and I prayed more and I sought out to complete my first ever full Ironman before turning 21. So that right there is why I chose Ironman Maryland, and it's going to land on September 19th, 2026, a day before my birthday, a day before turning 21. I met up with Sean. We talked all the different strategies. We talked the different things I have to do, as well as coaching. And as of couple days ago, I officially signed him as my coach. Now, what this looks like is he's going to provide full plan and coaching for me in terms of training, the bikes, the runs, the swims, the lifting. We're going to be talking nutrition because that is one of the biggest parts of the race. And with him, I'm hoping to do my absolute best for this race. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This race is 140.6 miles. It's a 2.4 mile swim into a 114 mile bike into a full marathon, 26.2 miles. Now, I don't own a bike. I have no prior experience in swimming, biking, or running other than, basic sports, and have done none of the above at any competitive level. But to me, that is what I love the most, is that I have a starting point and I can only go up from there. And to me, it's a big part of my faith, how I can, push myself in this season that I'm in and do it all for the Lord. I think it's going to be super challenging with my scheduling, my full-time job once it picks back up. And honestly, to me, it just pushes me more and drives me more to work heartily for the Lord and not for men. As Colossians 3:23 says, it's one of my favorite verses, and it's motivating me a ton to get out there and do something that most people are probably going to say is crazy to do. But to me, I know where I'm at right now. I know the mentality I have, and I feel like just where I'm at in life right now, delaying it any further would just cause procrastination, which is something I already struggle with, and just something that I've gone so heavily into, especially with signing a coach and the training that I did prior to just dabbling in this field. It makes me feel very encouraged, knowing that I have the Lord by my side and knowing that I can complete this when the time comes. Now, what comes next? I signed up for the race, I hired a coach, and now I need to fundraise for the race. There's two ways to go about this. I could either pay full registration, which is over $1,000, or I could partner up with Ironman and their IMF team, and it is a foundation where we raise money to race the race, but also goes to charities. Ironman has raised over $60 million in the last, I don't even know how many years since they started up. And so that's something that I have a heart for, in raising money for people in need or foundations or charities. And so I figured, why not make a video, talk about it, and share it with everybody I know in hopes that we can raise the money that's needed. And so if this resonates with you at all, if you have any aspirations or goals for yourself in 2026, I feel like this is going to touch base a little bit with you. You know how hard it can be doing it on your own. So I want to ask anybody watching that if you have just a moment to share this video or to click on the link that will lead you to the website to donate, that you do, or you just share with anybody that you think might be able to help at all. The fundraiser is $3,800, so I need to raise this by, September 5th, I believe, and I have a midway point where I have to raise a set amount, but I'm not worried at all. I truly believe that this can get done, and I'm excited because now I just got to start. So welcome to the journey. I'm going to be documenting every single step of the way. Monday is day 1 of Ironman training, and I'm excited to bring you guys along. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you guys. If you can like, subscribe, and just stay tuned because I'll be filming the entire journey. God bless.